Hi, this is Dana Warner and welcome back to My Journey Through Java. Today we're going to do our very first program in Java. Um, and guess what? It's going to be Hello World. Sorry, I'm not more original than that. But let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is open a command prompt. If you don't remember how, click on your start button. You can just go down to the search bar and type in command. Actually, you don't even need to type in the whole word. You can type in part of the word and it will come up. Once it comes up, just so you don't have to keep doing that over and over again, you see it in your taskbar, just right click it and pin it and it will be there forever. Okay. Um, Go ahead and switch directories from the command prompt into your documents directory. If you don't know how to do that, it's a lot like in the appliance. You're just going to type in CD and documents. Oops, got to spell it right though. And now I'm in my documents folder. We need to create a Java directory. So the way you create a directory in DOS or from the command prompt is to type MD. The way you check what's inside of the current directory is to type dir. So let's dir. I've got a bunch of directories, but I don't have any Java directory. When you have a lot of stuff on the screen, the way to clear the screen in DOS is CLS. So let's make our new Java directory. We'll just simply type MD space Java, enter, and then we'll change to that new directory. Check it out. There's nothing in there. Now that we're at our directory, we want to create our first Java file. If you decided not to use Notepad at this point, you can simply just type Notepad. I'm sorry, if you decided not to use Notepad++, you could just use Notepad to follow along. Or if you wanted to use your IDE, you could just create this file within your IDE. But for the purposes of this tutorial going through Notepad++, that's what I'm going to type, Notepad++. And the name of our Java file is going to be Hello World. Very important to note, all Java files have to begin with a capital letter. I'm not really sure why that is, but that's just a rule. World is got a capital W. That's not necessary, but the very beginning letter of the file does have to be capitalized for a Java file. Once you've got that typed in there, go ahead and click enter. The file will open up and you can see I've already gotten started here. The very first thing that you do is type or create a class, and the class that we're creating is Hello World. So you'll type in public class Hello World, spelled exactly the same way as you've named your file, with a capital W or capital H and the capital W, just so it knows what you're looking for. Then you're going to do an opening bracket, an opening brace, which means you're opening the class. The way I do things is I normally, as soon as I open a created or a curly bracket, I automatically put in a closing curly bracket and make sure that I write everything else in between the two. What the closing curly bracket does is closes the class Hello World. So once you've created the class is going to need a main method. You've got to have a main method. Every class has to have a main. That is what the compiler looks for as its starting point to start compiling. So you'll type in public static void main opening parentheses string is with a capital S, open bracket close bracket space args, and then your closing parentheses followed by an opening curly brace. This opening curly brace signifies that we're opening this block or this method. Um, just like in C, where you had to do uh, a main for the compiler to read it, you also need to have a main in Java. Now system out, what system out does is tell the computer or the virtual Java machine that we want this to go to the console. Um, and the syntax for that is system.out. And then you have many options after that final dot. You could do print, you could do print line, you could do printf. But for the sake of this, we're just going to do a print line. You're not spelling out line, it's ln. Um, and then your opening parentheses, opening quote, hello world, and then your closing quote and your closing parentheses and semicolon, just like in C. Um, print line is kind of interesting. Just for a note, you could simply do print here and then go into your actual string that you've created there and do a \n just like in C. It does the same thing. Basically, it means that it's going to have a line after. Uh, two different ways to get to the same place. But that's our first program. When we come back, we will compile it and run it. Thanks for watching.